what we have to do is we have to solve for one of these, right? We have to solve for the x and we have to solve for the c. So let's try the x first. So to get rid of the x, right? So we're gonna like work with these two equations together. So to get rid of the x at the bottom, we are going to multiply it by a negative, right? Because if we multiply it by a negative, it becomes negative x minus 4 equals negative 10c. So we can get rid of this one. And then what we're going to do with this one is we're just going to like add them together. Because look, when we add them, right, what's x plus negative x? They cancel out, right? You just get 0. So then negative 5 plus negative 4, what's that? On the x part, like, so we're just going to add them together, right? So we can cancel them out. Because like when we add them, if we add x plus negative x, we get 0, right? So now we only have the c, and that means we can solve for the c. And then we're going to do the same thing with the negative 5 and the negative 4. So negative 5 plus negative 4 is what? Yeah, negative 9. And then right here, we're going to add the 4 and the 10, or the negative 10. So 4 plus negative 10 is what? So we basically get rid of the plus sign.
4 plus negative 10.
It's basically just a 4 minus 10, right? So you get negative 6. But I see what you're doing. So we're going to say negative 6, right? So now that's our equation, and we can solve for the c. And the c is going to tell us the cost for one cupcake, right? So that way we can find the x. So to get rid of the negative 6 so that we just find the c by itself, do you know what we do? How we get like rid of the 6? We can divide it, right? Because basically right now it's saying negative 6 times c. So to kind of get rid of the 6, we're going to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division, right? So we're just going to divide. And then whatever we do on one side, we have to do on the other side. So we're going to do it to the 9. So now this cancels out, right? So it becomes 0, or becomes 1. So now all we have is the c, right? So c equals negative 9 divided by negative 6. Let's see. Can you figure that out for me? Can you tell me what the answer is? So whatever is on the top, right, we put in like the little box. So you have the 9 inside, right, and we have the 6 on the outside. And since whenever you divide two negatives, they just become a positive. Okay, so do you know what the first step is?
6 minus 9?
Kind of, yeah. So you have to figure out how many times 6 goes into 9. Well, how many times does 6 go into 9?
How many times?
Yeah, like how many times can we fit it in there, right? If we put it one time, it's 6. If we put it 2 times, it's 12. But that's too big, right?
Once. It can go in once.
Yeah, just once. And then we subtract it. So now we're left with 3.
3.
So now we don't have any more numbers, right? So what we have to do is we're going to add a decimal. So we add a decimal inside, and then we add a decimal on the top. And after we do that, we're just going to add zeros from now on. So let's put a 0 right here. Because 9 and 9.0 are the same things, right?
Uh-huh.
So then we're going to bring down the 0. And now we have the number 30. So now we have to figure out how many times 6 goes into 30.
And then you just keep like minus it until
we get 0, but sometimes when you go to like the harder numbers, it could go on forever, right? You could have like 10 more numbers. But a lot of the times they'll just tell you to like stop after 3 numbers, right? But right here it goes in perfectly, because how many times does 6 go into 30?
50 times.
50?
I mean 5.
Just 5. So then we put the 5 and we subtract 30, and now we have 0. Right, so this is our answer. Okay, so you know how, because we had to figure out how many times 6 went into 30, right? And we found out that it was 5, because 5 times 6 is 30. So that means we subtract it. We subtract 30.
Oh, so that's how you do it.
Yeah, so like whatever number you get right here, you see like the 1 and the 6? So 6 times 1 is 6, right? So that's why we subtracted the 6. And then 6 times 5 is 30, so we subtracted the 30. So now that we know, our answer is 1.5. Like $1.50, right? So each cupcake is $1.50. So now that we know what C is, right, we can put it back into our equation to get the X, because that's what we're solving for, right? We're solving for the X, the total amount of money. So which equation do you want to use? Oh, yeah. So if you use this one and you have to plug in C, right? So 10 times 1.5, what did you get?
I got 10.50.
So, 10 times 1.5 is 15. Okay, so once we multiply, we get 15, right? Not 10.5, we get 15. And then we want to get the X by itself because that's what we're looking for, right? So on the left side, it's saying plus 4. And to get rid of a plus, to get rid of that, we just have to do the opposite, right? So we say minus 4. And we also have to do it to the 15, right? We have to do it on both sides. So then we just subtract 4 from 15, and you get 11.